Oh, sorry about that. Sometimes my system and my laptop, they tend to glitch. But we are going to address the patch notes. Okay? Give me a minute. I have to set up completely. I'm excited. Give me a minute. Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me? You can hear me. Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me? Okay, looks like my voice works. Alright, so sometimes my system acts retarded. And I was reading this. I just ran back from work. I posted it in my status. I'm not streaming from my laptop, so you won't be able to see the patch note. You can read it on my status though. I posted it on my post. So get in there, read the notes. You can read with me if you like, but this is my little reaction to the notes, and I'm going to share it with you as I'm reacting. It's not bad. From what I'm seeing, it's not bad. Excuse the way I look. I just came from work. I might look like shit right now. I'm not. But Law is looking crazy. Law is looking absolutely bonkers. Now, I'll start from the top because I was reading earlier. It says here. Yeah. It says here, the very first note from what I read. Balanced direction with Law. Okay. In season 2, Law received improvements. Law received improvements to the control responsiveness of Dragon Charge. Control responsiveness. Along with an expansion of offensive options using nunchaku based attacks. When I read this, from my understanding, they're trying to make his Dragon Charge, the moves in his Dragon Charge, let's see. Dragon Charge was more difficult to use compared to other character stances. Yes, making it relatively challenging to utilize effectively in both neutral gameplay and combos. They're trying to make it the moves that is transitioned out of his Dragon Charge. They're trying to make it a little smoother. As a matter of fact, they use that word, smooth. To address this, when transitioning into Dragon Charge after a move, you can now input a command slightly before your recovery ends to perform a move through input buffering. Wow. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Through input buffering. So you can buffer moves during your dragon charge. This change lowers the execution difficulty and should provide more consistency in combos when previously felt challenging. Additionally, it is now possible to perform heat burst with during dragon charge when heat activation is available. I can't write properly. With the introduction of input buffering during dragon charge, the move while rising 4 has been rebalanced accordingly. Damn. With the introduction of input buffering during dragon charge, the move while rising 4 has been rebalanced accordingly. We just have to see what that means. There we go. Okay, let's keep reading. So you can what are they saying? It says here you can now heat burst. So Law is one of the few characters in the game that you can go into heat from your stance. The dragon charge, let me see. The dragon charge stance, you can get your heat out. Pause. You can go into heat in your dragon charge stance, and supposedly they made it a little better so that, you know. Damn. Dragon charge. When transitioning into dragon charge from an attack. Okay, no. We skipped a lot. I'm starting over. New additions in Season 2 include nunchuck-based move, down forward 1 to 2, that's a nunchuck-based move, and up forward 2. This dumb shit right here, that has been plaguing Tekken, that has been taken out to a new nunchucks attack, up forward 2. These new techniques are enhanced during heat, wow, making it easier for Law to apply aggressive pressure. We were just talking about that. Additionally, down forward 1 to 2 and up forward 2 now causes strong aerial tailspin, a property they previously lacked, making them effective both in area combos as well. Yeah, those two new moves that they gave him, down forward 1 to 2 and up forward 2, that fucked up shit that I first saw in Tekken 6, which they removed. You know, I think I complained about that shit a lot. That has been removed, which is good. So in other words, they're making his DSS, you know, transitioning a little smoother, and you can buffer attacks so that, you know, my mans can go in during DSS. During DSS, a lot of his moves can come out easy. And you see, I'm not streaming from my laptop, so you can't see the notes. You just have to read it on my post. I put the notes on the post. You can read it. I'm just showing you I'm reading it for the first time. You see what I'm saying? It looks good. Law has the arrows for him going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has up to 8 buffs. Wait, did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 arrows going up. 8 of them. And he has one spec change, which is a dot. And he has the arrows going up and down, which is a balancing thing. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7 of those. And then he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 nerfs. He has 5 nerfs, 7 balancing, and 8 buffs. That's a win. As you know, you can only. And then how many spec changes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spec changes. But 8 buffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nerfs, and 7 balancing. That's crazy. I haven't read these all actually. But we have new moves. We have 2 new moves so far, right? And the smoothing out of his DSS. They want the moves. They want you to be able to buffer your moves out of your DSS as quickly as possible. So that +5 shit that I used to complain about, and people would jab check you in +5, that's not supposed to be happening. All right, let me see something. Yeah, you see? There's a +5 there, so you're not jab checking shit, bro. If they do it, if they play their cards, or if they program this correctly. All right, let me see something. So there's we spoke about the up forward 2, which is a new move, aerial spin, and down forward 1 to 2. These are new moves. His down forward 1 into the 2. The 2s are nunchucks, and it causes an aerial spin. So both moves cause aerial spins, which is good. You don't have to DSS anymore to get your aerial spin. When transitioning into Dragon Charge from an attack, it is now possible to buffer inputs to execute moves more smoothly. A little smoother. That's what he said in he said a little smoother in Long Street. Long Street is a series Bruce Lee was in. Watch it, it's a good series. When he was teaching that guy, the blind guy, how to fight. A little smoother. So when transitioning into Dragon Charge from an attack, it is now possible to buffer inputs to execute moves smoothly. I like that. Along with the addition of input buffering, frame display during transition into Dragon Charge has been adjusted accordingly. I knew that shit. I used to tell people that your Y Rising 4 is +5. Motherfuckers should not be jab checking you. Right? If that happens, you should quit the game. There's something wrong. So they're paying attention to his DSS, right? He's +5. If he's really plus, then people should not be pressing that, yeah? You know what I mean? Especially when you're doing your fastest moves, they should not be pressing that. So I think they're making his DSS transition moves a little smoother so you can enjoy your transition. Your trans. Pause, right? I'm joking. So you can buffer moves out of your. All these things we have to test it tomorrow. You can, what did they say? When transitioning into Dragon Charge from an attack, it is now possible to buffer inputs to execute moves more smoothly. Along with the addition of input buffering, frame display during transitions into Dragon Charge has been adjusted accordingly. Damn. I hope that frame shit turns out to be alright. They don't mess with his frames too much. During Dragon Charge. During Dragon Charge, forward 3. During Dragon Charge, forward 3. That's crazy. During Dragon Charge, the recovery time has been decreased by 4 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -13 to that is crazy, son. Do you know what this means? I should have picked Lee Chaolan for this video. Quick select.
Get ready for the next battle.
You see this? You see that? For the guy that taught Lee, you see, Law taught Lee. His is safe. So in season 2, in season 2, that shit is safe. That's what I just read here. 443 in season 2. I shouldn't say 443. DSS 3. This move with Law right there in season 2, that's a safe move. The arrows is alright, Lee, hold on, bro. Hold on. What does it say here? It says the recovery has been decreased by 4 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -13 to negative. That's fucking crazy. It's -9. So in DSS, Dragon Charge forward 3, it's a safe move, but there's arrows going up and down. They tweaked it, so they're fucking with your heat engager. So it's like change the opponent's behavior when performing a heat dash. On hit, allowing combo. Yeah, you can follow up. You can follow up on combos. You know how you see this? That you can only get this if you had the chance in season 2 to connect this. It's a whole fucking. It's like connecting this. You can combo now with this. I don't know what kind of combos you can get, but it's saying here that you can combo. I like that. So we'll find a way to make that happen. But it also says removed the power crush property. Yeah. Alan John, I think Alan John is a lawyer. He said he mentioned that to me. But I said we'll see. I have to see it first. He did say that. Shout out to John Allen. They removed the power crush. I think that's across the board for a lot of characters. Some characters no, but most characters that was removed. And they changed the damage from 30 damage to 27. The power up version changed from 34 to 32. So they reduced the damage a little bit because they made it safe. They made it safe. So they reduced the damage. See, the arrow says they buffed it and nerfed it at the same time. They're balancing the move out. That part I don't like too much. But the fact that DSS 4.3 is safe, I like that. I like that shit a lot. Because now, you know, now we can this is safe. That's all right. That's safe. I like that. I like that shit. I'm not streaming from my laptop or computer, so you can't see the notes. I can only read. You can read it on my post. I posted it on there. Let's see. So that one was an arrow going up and down. Dragon Charge into forward 3. You can no longer heat engage with that. Or anything heat, it doesn't apply to Dragon Charge forward 3 anymore. What they did was they made it safe. And if you're during heat and you manage to connect that during heat, you can combo. So they gave it a comboing property and they made it safe. But they reduced the damage and they took off the heat from that. That's the nerf and the gain. We have to see how we're going to make that work when we start fighting tomorrow. We got to make it work. That's fucking crazy. God damn, we could combo now? Damn. Alright, what else we got? Damn, we could combo now? Oh yeah. Hey, thanks for stopping. Hey, you know, I ran from the goddamn job. I'm like, damn, when I seen the I was waiting for it because all these characters were popping up in the website and laws was taking a little bit too long, yeah. So I ran home and set up real quick. Damn, let me read. I'm reading this shit because I haven't, it's my first time looking at it. Bro, I ran home, bro. It's crazy, crazy addiction. But thanks for stopping by though. He had Law has some buffs. I've seen some crazy shit on him. Like I said, his dragon charge. This is yeah. They still should have kept forward 3. Yeah, they should have. They want you to only get this at point blank range. That's what they want. We have to find a way to get it. They changed the forward. From what I'm seeing here, they changed the forward 4-3. Forward 4-3. Wait a minute. I skipped. So that covers Dragon Charge 4-3, right? His up 4-2. This stupid move that I first saw this in Tekken 6. I don't know what the fuck this shit is, or it's a some kind of program bug. That has been removed. It's a nunchuck attack now. This move is now a nunchuck. Up forward 2. It's a nunchuck attack. Let me read this shit. Added new move, Gale Claw. Yeah, it causes aerial spin. The up forward 2, it causes an aerial spin. And then your down forward 1 to 2, a new move after your down forward 1, it's called Blast Claw. So he gets a Gale Claw and a Blast Claw, and both causes aerial spins. It's +9. I didn't know that. It doesn't say anything here. I don't see the properties. It's +9, yeah. That's good. That's really good. The website I'm reading here, it doesn't show the plus. Was some plus properties it's shown. Down forward 1, and you see the up forward 2. It has a heat state during heat. You can also use it during heat, and the down forward 1 to 2 during heat. It says during heat, but it doesn't explain what it does during heat. All right, so forward for the next one. So the arrows are going up. That's a buff. So you get two moves that are buffed. That's good. I like that. And then the 4-4-3 replaced 4-4-3 replaced with new move, Dragon Divide. What the fuck is that? So it might be something out of a Bruce Lee movie. It better be a good move to replace 4-4-3. Damn, 4-4-3 is gone. Replaced with new move, Dragon Divide. 4-4-3. It's a buff. I don't know the plus on that, but it's a move. 4-4-3. I don't see the plus frames on it. I don't see the plus frames on it. Dragon Divide. It's probably something out of a Bruce Lee movie. Dragon Divide. Let me fix my damn camera. Dragon Divide. Damn. So we're gonna be divided. We're gonna be dividing your spine and your gut and all that stuff. Dragon Divide. I want to see what Dragon Divide looks like. That's a joke. Don't listen. When heat activation available, now possible to use heat burst during Dragon Charge. Yeah, Law is one of the few characters in stances that we can go into our heat. You know what I mean? But right here, you can go straight into heat. Damn, that's crazy, bro. You can go straight into heat when you're dancing like that. So I'm going into a lot of practice mode. That's basically what I'm telling you. When tomorrow comes, I'm gonna be practicing day and night to understand this fucking game, because the game is new now, so we gotta understand. So you can go into heat with your Dragon Charge stance. I like that. Just freeze the game a little bit. Yeah, Law was buffed. Law was buffed. Yeah, Law was buffed. They really looked at this, my man's, yo. Not possible to use heat with during. Not a lot of characters can do heat during their stances. Law is one of the few ones. When he goes into that stance, he's all in. My man's is all in, yo. I like that. Now possible to use heat burst during Dragon Charge when heat activation is available. Okay. So in your stance, go into your heat. Alright. During sidestep, his sidestep 1+2, this move. His fury punches. They changed the inputs. Now he got about eight buffs. 5 nerfs, 8 buffs, and 7 balancing. So he has more buffs than nerfs. So bottom line is Law is buffed. He's buffed. And I read some interesting shit here. Right? But this move, his fury punches. What did they say about his fury punch? The inputs changed to sidestep down, but I barely use this move. During side, the inputs changed to down back. Wow. So if you press down back 1+2, you can do this move now. Wait, what? Down. Am I reading this shit right? Am I bugging? Inputs change to down back 1+2 into what? You can do this now from down back. Wait. Yo, did you get touched, bro? Changed the damage distribution from 88825 to 88828. Let's go, my nigga. The last hit, if the last hit used to be 25 points. You say what? You can now sidestep into nunchucks. Wow, okay. Well, I don't know what website you're reading, but you would have to post that website so I can read, because your website is different than mine. But I haven't finished reading those, so we'll see. So the fury punches. Imagine that on heat. Yeah, the fury punches 88825 is now 88828. Man, let's go, son. That's a balancing thing. So they balance. It's not a buff. They say they balance. They changed the input. Down back. That should have been a buff, bro. That's a buff. That's not a balance, son. That's a buff. They changed it to down back 1+2. I don't think you can sidestep after that. Now I don't think you're supposed to sidestep. You just hit down back 1+2, and Law goes into it, and it ends. Let's go, son. That's a buff. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no balancing shit going on. Let's go, son. What are they saying here? And it says his other fury punch. This one. The one that Leroy Smith has. And Bruce Lee had. His Wing Chun punches. Up back 1+. It has been changed to up back 1 into 1+2 into 2. So you gotta figure out how to do that. Inputs change from up back 1 into 2. Adjusted opponent's behavior on hit of the 4th hit. Wait, adjusted opponent's behavior on hit of the 4th hit. Changed to a new natural combo up to 4 hits when the first hit lands on counter. Damn. So all 4 hits can connect if you land the first one on counter. You gotta set that up. They're telling you that you have to fish. You have to fish them. They have to be striking you. You have to set it up. That's a counter hit. That's a counter hit setup. Change the damage distribution from 888.25 to 333.25. Damn, that's a nerf. So it was buffed and nerfed. Ooh, and it says reduced the opponent's block stun by 7 frames, changing the frame advantage on block for the fourth hit to be from -7 to -14. That's a nerf. So they buffed it and nerfed it. They made it easier to do, and when you catch it on counter, everything is guaranteed. But if you make a mistake now, you're -14. That's why both arrows are going up and down. For both Fury punches, this one, both arrows are going up and down. Although I feel the first Fury punch it should be a buff, because the damage, went from 25 to, yeah, and it's still reduced the distance, and they reduced the distance. For this, you see the distance here. There's a lot of distance there. So I guess next time you do it, by tomorrow it will end maybe something here. The move is really -16, right? So we got to see how much distance we get. So it's a buff and a nerf. The problem is I don't use these moves. The Fury punches, I don't use them. So they buff and nerfed it for really it's all right. We have to see how it works. What else is going here? His down forward 1. Now I am particularly proud of his down, because you see, I asked Double about his down forward 1, and even Double said this move is ass. You know what I mean? This move is fucked up. This move, it's fucked up. Which forced me to do this. That's why I always do this now when I fight. That comes up by mistake, but I always do this now, because there's no point to just do this. There's really no point for this. This is garbage. Except if you want to see what they're doing. When you're trying to see what the fuck is going on, you can do that. But in really intense situation, it's not just a round ender for me. Like when I'm poking you out, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I got no choice, because this on its own is garbage. What are they saying about down forward 1, bro? They said down forward 1, balancing. The arrow is going up. That's a buff. Down forward 1 hitbox size has been increased. Primarily to stabilize behavior when using aerial combo. Let's go, my nigga. You dropping your combos too much. They don't want you to drop. It says the hitbox size has been increased primarily to stabilize behavior when used in aerial combos. I like that shit. Let's see what's going on here. The downward hitbox. So if the downward hitbox has been increased, I wonder if it can touch AOP. Ling Xiaoyu's AOP, she's low to the ground. I don't know. Maybe. You can dream though. But they're saying the hitbox has been the downward hitbox. The downward hitbox size has been increased primarily to stabilize behavior when using area combos. Yo, give me that shit, homie. I will take that shit. I don't want to drop no more combos. Fuck that. So that's a buff. They increase the hitbox. And then you get to forward 3-1. Forward 3-1. This one. What are they saying, bro? See, the arrows going up on this one. That's a buff. Change the damage from 10, 12 to 12 to 15. 12 to 15. Yeah, I'm smacking you across the head, boy. 10, 12 to 12. Yeah, that's a buff. 10, 12 to 12 to 15. I like that shit. The downward hitbox size of the first attack has been increased. What? Downward my shit, bro. You ain't going nowhere. The downward hitbox size of the first attack has been increased, primarily to stabilize behavior when used in aerial combat. God damn, for real? The downward hitbox size of the second attack has been increased, although primarily to stabilize the behavior when. Okay, so this patch for Law, they don't want him dropping any more air combos. I was right. I was right. People are talking about, oh, you know, sidestep. We don't want the character to align, and there's a problem. We think it's gonna be. Yeah, that's your character. You know what I'm saying? My character, when I sidestep, he can't connect his fly kick, right? So I need to be killing you when I sidestep. That's basically, you know what I mean? I don't want to whiff this shit. See, I don't want, that should not be had. I don't want that, right? So they focused on my man's air combos. Yeah, you're quite right. It says, the downward hitbox size of the second attack has been increased primarily to stabilize the behavior when used in aerial combos. I like that shit. You increase the hitbox. So overall, the hitbox of those two moves have been increased. They're not new moves, their hitbox is just increased. So I'm going to be touching you. Where the sun don't shine. That's a joke. Pause. Let's see. What else are they saying here? It says here. So the hitbox of this got increased, and the nunchucks got added to it, and the hitbox of that got increased. So we got two increased hitboxes. We like that. We like the hitboxes. We gotta touch you when we mean to. We like that. All right. So forward. What is this? Forward. There's a forward. Huh. They did something to forward. Balance up. They buffed it. They buffed forward. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. Recovery time reduced to 1 frame. The opponent's recovery time when block has been increased by 1 frame, and the advantage on block has been changed from -11 to -9. This is safe on block. From -11 to -9. You're open to a mix-up. You've lost your turn, but you are safe. We like that. It's not big safe, but you are open. You've lost your turn. They want you to throw this move out now. They want you to throw it out and stop being, because you know we never used to throw it out. We never used to do that shit. But now they want you to throw it out. Oh, we made it safe so you can throw out, but you're in their face. You're open to a mix-up. You know, it's not too bad. It's a buff, but you are open to a mix-up. You got to be careful. So now we can use that move now. It says the behavior of opponent on hit has been changed. Oh. So on hit, the behavior on hit. You see that stupid shit over there? And you get no follow-up. What's the point? Huh? Now, I think they want you to gain something here. Or something. They must have done something to the behavior of the opponent so you can gain something. It says, what did he say? It says for forward, the behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. You gotta check that out tomorrow. Recovery time reduced by 1 frame. The opponent's recovery time has been the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 1. And the damage on block has been changed from -11 to -9. Get the fuck out of here, son. I like that shit. I like that shit. Alright, let's see. Poison arrow? Let's see. Poison arrow. Forward 2-1. Poison arrow has a buff. Wait, what? Forward. Poison arrow has a buff. So The arrow is going up. There's a buff here. Slide's been okay. I'll check out the slide. We're gonna check it out. Poison arrow has a buff. The opponent's recovery time has been okay. The opponent's recovery time. They want you to use poison arrow more. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 2. Damn. And the advantage on block has been changed from +2 frames to +4. When transitioning into Dragon Charge, the frame advantage from +5 to +6. So they increased. Let me see something. It's like it's +6. Yeah, 2 new moves. It's good stuff. So Poison Arrow has been buffed. They want you to use it. They want you to use Poison Arrow more. Law is +6 in Poison Arrow. +6 or +7. Law is +6. They want you to use Poison Arrow. They want you to get in there with Poison Arrow. You said the slide was touched. Okay, let's see what this while crouching slide. They nerfed it. Changed the damage from 20 to 17. Nah. They took 3 points from us. I don't know why they did that. It's a tough move to do. You see how I do my slide? I use, but you know, I don't know. Maybe they were watching the good law players who could do the slide, deadly slides. They don't want you to get that no more. They want you to lose 3 points. Bro, come on, man. Stop being an asshole. The slide was difficult to do to begin with. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It's not easy to do the slide. Why would you touch that? Maybe they made the turnaround more guaranteed. 3 new moves, yeah? 3 new moves. Good. I skipped to get to the slide. Let's see. Alright, so Poison Arrow was the frame went from +5 to +6. We like that. You know what I mean? You have to use poison. They're telling you gotta use Poison Arrow. That's what they're telling you indirectly. Forward. Oh, wait a minute. So Poison Arrow, both Poison Arrows. Plus. Yeah. They increased that. Wait. Okay, so Poison Arrow on its own, that used to be +2, it's now +4. This is +4 now. You gotta do something here. They made it +4. You gotta use a Poison Arrow, bro. You gotta use, see, it's +2 here. You gotta use a Poison Arrow. They want you to use this move. Use this shit. And they want you to use your Poison Arrow. The second one is that's +6. This is +4 now. They want you to use it. So we're gonna be using it. They want you to use it. So they buffed Poison Arrow. Alright, let's see. What's going on here? The Dragon Strike. Back 1, 2-1. This move. They didn't nerf it, nor did they buff it. They did a balance to it. Let's see. It says, what are they saying? Back 1. Back 1, 2. Huh? Back 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. Yeah, they did a balance. The arrows are going up and down. It says here, only when the second hit lands, the tracking of a third hit has been improved to mitigate instances where it would whiff part way. Yes, this happens to me a lot. You know, sometimes when I do this, the last part would whiff stupidly. So now they want Law to turn around and connect that last hit, especially when your opponent is not trying to sidestep or he's just trying to get lucky. Law is gonna turn around and connect that last hit so you can get fucked up properly and not escape. You know, you take the beating. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he means to sidestep, they're gonna sidestep it. Let me see something. Only when the second hit lands. Okay, only when the second hit lands. The tracking of the third hit has been improved to mitigate the instance where it would whiff part way through. They don't want that move to whiff anymore. But you must land the second. You must land this shit right here. You must land the second hit before law will be like, oh, okay, you mean to do that, so let's get that shit. You know what I'm saying? We like that. We want to connect our shit. Okay, so the input window for the second hit has been shortened by 4 frames. It's a buff and a nerf. The input window for the third hit has been shortened by 7 frames. I wonder what that means. It might affect the delay. The input window. The input window of the second hit has been shortened by 4 frames. And the input window of the third hit has been shortened by 7 frames. So this is a buff and a nerf. They don't want the third hit to whiff anymore. They're tired of it. But they shorten the input window. So you can't be delaying that shit too much anymore. We have to see. We have to see how it works. We have to see. Let's see. I haven't read King. King is probably crazy as shit. And he's my second character. Fucked up character too. Okay, this is another buff and nerf. The arrows are going up and down. Time with opponent's attack. Oh, he's parry. He's manual parry. Not, wait. Yeah, he's manual parry. Time with opponent's attack. Back 1-2. No, I'm sorry. Back 1-3. It received 2 arrows up and down. Fixed an issue with certain moves could not be performed upon transitioning into Dragon Charge. I knew that. Adjust timing inconsistencies where only specific move would be executed at different timings during Dragon Charge. Yeah. Sometimes when I would parry someone and go into my Dragon Charge, they would block. Or the execution wouldn't come out. They're trying to fix this parry right here. They want you to use it. They probably want you to use it over his punch parry. You know, the punch parry is more for heat DSS. But this shit right here, I knew it. I knew that shit when I would manually parry and people would either block or I wouldn't get the timing right. I knew that shit. I knew it. They went back and fixed it. Fucking retards. They released the game like that. Law being, I knew it. Let's see if they really, by tomorrow we're gonna find out if they truly did spend time fixing that manual parry he's always had. Back 1-3, which is his parry. Let's read that. Fixed an issue where certain moves could not be performed upon transitioning into Dragon Charge. God damn, you can't even perform your shit when you transition. So now we're gonna fix that problem. You're gonna perform everything when you're Dragon Charging. Everything must be performed. Adjusted timing inconsistencies where only specific moves could be executed at different timings during Dragon Charge. Yeah, we gotta adjust that. Okay, what's the last one says? Applied a 90% damage scaling to combos following a successful parry. A 90% damage scaling? Damn. I wonder what that means. So in one hand, you're more consistent with your Oh. So any combos after that, there's a 90% scaling. I wonder what that. There wasn't really any combos after that though. Yeah, unless we had that, you know. There was barely any combos. You know, what combos are you talking about? I have to see them more. I don't understand. 90% scaling on combos. So it's a buff and a nerf. So in one hand, they fix the consistency. You know what I mean? They want you to parry. They want you to parry and execute properly. But they don't want you to take too much damage because everybody's going to be crying and complaining. But they want you, when you get your parry, they want you to connect what you're supposed to connect, which is good. But they don't want you to cause too much damage, which is bad. That's annoying because, you know, everybody, you know, law, you know, everybody's complaining. Hey, S tier. You don't see him in tournaments, but he's S tier. Okay. 3 new moves, that's right. Let's see. Another up and down arrow. During heat. His nunchucks during heat. During heat, 1+2, balancing. Change the recovery remaining heat time by 60 seconds on hit. They reduce the heat time. In certain situations, only during heat. 1+2 would whiff. Adjusted its homing performance to match that of 1+2. Change heat timer consumption on block or whiff to negative 240 frames to 270 frames. I think they reduced the heat time. So they buffed it where you know you're they don't want you to whiff this shit no more. They don't want you to whiff it, but you can't be hanging around your heat gauge. They're gonna drop your heat when you use you can't spam that shit too much. They don't want you to be using this too much in heat. So for every time you use it, that's what I'm thinking, your meter drops. When you use that shit because it tracks, they don't want you to have it all the time. That's what I'm thinking. We gotta see it more because I can only read. I can't visualize it too much. Change during heat, 1+2. His nunchucks. Change to recover remaining heat time by 60 frames on hit. In certain situations during heat, 1+2 would whiff. Adjusted its homing performance to match that of 1. Oh, they don't want this to whiff anymore. They don't want it to whiff. You know what I mean? You gotta get creamed when Law's in that situation. But the downside is change heat timer consumption. You're gonna consume heat faster than season 1. You're gonna consume a lot of heat. And then 1+2 balance. Okay, now yeah, they nerfed the nunchucks. So now I'm going into all these times I've been reading buffs. I've been reading buffs and balance, buff and balance. I haven't read now we're going into the nerfs. 1+2 nerfed. Reduced the distance on opponents. Reduced the distance to opponents on block. Yeah, they want you to be closer. 1+2, which I barely use. I barely use this move unless I'm absolutely sure that they're running into me, right? This is negative 13. You should not be spamming this. So if you do this in season 2 and you're negative 13, you're gonna get hurt because the distance is close. It's negative 13, just like this. They're both negative 13. You can't, bro. The downward blast claw move can regain heat on hit. Nice. You see, it's not saying that in my page. Nice. That's some good. Thanks, Margin Horizon. Good shit. We can regain. Bro, they buff my man, son. Buff my man. Come on, boy. Let's go. Get that Bruce Lee. Yo, bro, you got buff? Come on, son. Let's go. Let's keep reading. Let's read your. All right. So they don't want you spamming this. You're up close at negative 13. So they're gonna tag you. They're gonna hit you. They want you to be absolutely sure that that piece of shit is gonna run into you. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be absolutely sure. So you can, like, and they will run into you. Don't get it twisted. Now, people are that stupid in this game. They're gonna run into this. They just want you to set it up. They don't want you to spam this. They want you to be sure that that moron is gonna run into you, and then you could do this. They don't want you spamming this. You know, which that's the thing. I did not spam this because I knew it was -13. I've always known it's -13. At a distance, you know, so people like to spam it, but they don't want that distance shit no more. They want you to get hurt for spamming that. The nunchucks is not for spamming. It should be used as your Magic 4, because your Magic 4 is now 13 frames. The nunchucks, it's supposed to help the Magic 4 in certain situations. I still use Magic 4 still to this day. So they nerfed your nunchucks. It's always been 13 frames. Now that they want you to get hit. To me, it's not too bad, but a good distance is always good. But they don't want that too much. Apparently, some laws were spamming that shit at -13. So that deals with the nunchucks. They brought you close. You're still -13, but they brought you closer. While Rising 4, our best move, while Rising 4, reduce the opponent's. It's been nerfed. Reduce the opponent's recovery time on hit by 3. On hit. Adjusting the frame advantage on hit or counter hit from +7 to +4. Damn, you gotta be quick. When transitioning into Dragon Charge, the frame advantage changes from +15 to +12. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is Wild Rising 4. +15 to +12. So they reduce the frame advantages on hit, not on block. Yeah, you see, it's +16 over here. See, on hit. When you clock someone in the face, it's +16. They brought you down to +12. It's all right. +12 is still a lot, because for me, I never do anything that is not forward 2, for the most part. See, there's a forward 2 there. Forward 2 is what? 12 frames? Yeah. They want you on hit. Forward 2 is 12 frames. See, it's 12, and they're giving you 12 frames on hit. When they get clocked by that, they only want to give you 12 frames. It used to be sweet 15 or sweet 16 on hit. You know, just when anytime you do this shit right here, go straight for this. Do not do anything slower than that. Even your DSS 1 they're all 12, and your DSS 1 is 12, 13. Your forward 2 is guaranteed 12. I always do this. Always. So on hits, you're it's okay. It's not a terrible nerf. From on hit, right? On block, you're still +5. From +5, from +15 to +12, we just have to find out who the fuck can stop you at +12. At +12, no one should be able to stop you like that, unless they're doing a super move or some kind of crazy Mishima, Zeus, Helios, God of War shit that's coming out. But no one should be able to stop you at +12. No one. While Rising 4, that's what it says. Reduce the opponent's recovery time on hit by 3 frames. Adjusting the frame advantage on hit or counter from +7 to +4. Yeah. This right here, +7. You see, it says +7. So they brought it down to +4. You gotta be quick. They want you to be quick. They don't want you having this overblown frame advantage, which, you know, that's fine, but I hope they fix their what's the word I'm looking for? Their connection, their netcodes where it doesn't fuck with the frame data. It's +4. It's gonna be +4 now, so you gotta be quick. When you get this here, you gotta transition. You gotta be quick. Don't waste any time because of the netcodes. The netcodes can fuck the whole thing up. It can tell you it can add one more frame in there, when Lord knows you're moving as fast as you can. In this game you're +7. By tomorrow you'll be +4 on hit, and then your +15 will also drop down to +12. 12. You got to be quick. So that's a nerf. They nerfed. I'm reading his nerfs. He has about 4 nerfs, or 5 nerfs. So his slide, we read that already. The damage of the slide was taken from 20 to 17. That's annoying as fuck. But the slide is a tough move to do. They nerfed it. Alright. During Dragon Charge, DSS 3. Change the damage, okay, from 30 to 25. Yeah, that's 30 right now. They changed it to 25. Okay. The behavior of opponents on counter hit has been changed. Oh. Wait, what? During Dragon Charge. During Dragon Charge 4. Oh. They nerfed it. This is a bad nerf. That's a bad nerf. This is a bad nerf. I don't like that nerf. Because when I played this game, every time I played, that's every time I went online, that happened. Oh, I'm sorry. Change the behavior. What did you say? Change the behavior of opponent on counter hit has been changed. It says what? The behavior of the opponent on counter hit has been. It means, what I'm guessing, right? Because I don't know, that you no longer fall down on your face anymore. This is a bad nerf. That's a bad nerf. This is bad. Because Law really needed that. I always loved when that happened. For people who like to press at my DSS, that's a bad nerf. If they're telling me that he no longer lays down like that and I can clock him on top of his head for pressing, it's a bad nerf. I don't like that nerf. I don't like that. That's a stupid nerf. Because this move here, it comes out in 21. It's slow as fuck, dude. See how slow it is? Why are you touching that? It's a slow move. It's not this. It ain't this. You know what I mean? It's this. It's slow. So why are you touching it? That's a bad nerf. That's a fucked up change. I don't like that. It's slow. Don't touch slow moves. Don't touch them. So DSS 4, they messed with the counter hit properties because they changed. It says the behavior of the opponent on counter hit has been changed. Alright. That was nerfed. Okay, now another. So that's the end of the nerfs. He had 5 nerfs, essentially. Everything else was up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and up, up, up. So this is adjustment specs. 1. The jab. Adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to mitigate situations where move would whiff under certain situations. They don't want you whiffing this move. You're not supposed to whiff this. If you time that shit correctly, you're supposed to get it. That's what they're saying. The jab. Adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to mitigate situations where the move would whiff under certain. Yeah, you're not supposed to whiff that. Again, that works good with air combos and all. You're not supposed to be whiffing that. Okay, what else is going on here? Down 4-3. That's what he did to Chuck Norris. Down 4-3. Expanded, yes. Expanded the hitbox. Expanded the hitbox downwards to mitigate instances where the second hit would whiff after the first hit connects. Get the fuck out of here. Yes, and we've seen this happen. This has whiffed. So now they want this guaranteed. If you're good enough to connect this, you will be allowed to connect. Yeah, they were watching Law. They were watching. They watch Law. They know they fucked him up in season 1. That's why it was rough. They want this to connect more consistently. We like that. Expanded the hitbox downward to mitigate instances where the second hit would whiff after the first hit connects. I mean, why would you release the fucking game and you knew that? I mean, really? You didn't pay attention when you were programming? Why would you allow Law to connect this and tell him that the second part is gonna whiff? Get the fuck out of here. Fix that shit, which they did. They fixed it, so now this is more consistent. So your jab is not supposed to whiff. Connect your jab, and your strut kick, your down 4 is not supposed to whiff. They're saying that they fixed it, so we gotta test it tomorrow if they really fixed it. Law. While crouching, the behavior while crouching, his up direction corrected an issue where transitioning to jump was faster when initiated from a crouching position. Really? I didn't even know that. While crouching, when he crouched. Okay. While crouching. It's a spec change. Corrected an issue where transition to jumping was faster. No, corrected an issue where transition to jumping was faster when initiated from a crouching position. Okay, that's a spec change, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of notes. I know different websites have different notes, and some may display the frames. The website I'm reading here is not displaying it. But this is my reaction to the notes. You see what I'm saying? And it's not bad. You know? I don't like that they took off. We don't have a 4-4-3. To gain our 4-4-3 now, we have to be in stance. But wait. They gave us a new 4-4-3. Dragon Divide. I don't know what Law is about to divide here. I don't know what the new 4-4-3, but it looks interesting. He has 3 new moves. He has Dragon Divide. He has the Claw. What claw? What do they call it? 2 claws, actually. Which was down forward 1 into 2 and up forward 2. Oh, somebody, hold on. So whenever Law does a back flip kick from crouch block, it's going to be easier. Oh. So wait. So whenever Law does a back flip kick punish from a crouch block, it is going to be easier to do forward up 3 into a combo. Oh, so whenever Law does a backflip kick punch. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So are you saying while crouching? Yeah, okay. So when he's crouching and he does that, they want it. You see now he's kind of stiff. That's what you're saying. And they want it easier for him to go in to do the combo. I believe that's what you're saying. So whenever Law does a backflip kick punish, I barely use that kind of punish. I go straight for the uppercut from a crouching block. Most definitely. That is what you're saying. Thanks. I didn't know that. SD Audi. Shout out to SD Audi. Yeah, because he is stiff right now when he's doing this. And trying to. So now when he clocks you with this, I see. And that could be even from a standing position. Well, usually I do this. You could do more. Usually from a standing. Yeah, usually I use the up forward one to help me stand. That's how I stand. If you don't do that, he's not gonna stand properly. That's good. Okay, that's good. I guess they want him to be more fluid. So they want you to stand up quickly. Yeah, they looked at Law was stiff. They looked at him. They knew what they did. They fucked his ass up in season 1. So they're trying to fix him. They try to fix him. Do you know what I want? I want to make sure his size, all this stuff is good, but his movement, there's nothing here about Law's movement, right? So, like I said, wait. See, Lee Chaolan can dodge that move. Lee can sidestep that move. Law can't. I can't sidestep that. See, I can't sidestep it. That's a problem. So by tomorrow, I'm gonna turn it on, and if I'm successful in sidestepping that, then I would have known that they worked on his movement completely. But if I'm still getting hit walking away from that, then they're fucked up. They're still fucked up. So we're gonna hope and pray that this was repaired. See? You gotta repair that. It seems like Law's movement has been buffed. I can backdash easier. Wow. Hey, Ultimate, have you downloaded the chain? Like, have you tried the back? Do you have access right now? Because I don't think I have access. I don't have access, bro. I think by tonight or tomorrow. Oi. So this right here, to test, to see if you really have movement, you have to be able to dodge that. That must be dodged. Right? If you can't dodge that, your movement is trash, dude. Because every character in the game can dodge this. At least the characters that are your size. Yeah? I think I'm the only Law on the planet complaining about that stupid shit right now. Well, when I did complain. That has to be repaired. I have no respect for that. That is pure garbage right there. Move. Yeah, see, I had to force that. Yeah, they gotta fix that. That's unacceptable, dude. But if you're saying it seems like Law's movement has been buffed, I can backdash easier. Good. Good. If his movement was increased, which he should have never had a movement problem. Never. Any programmer with common sense would tell you these two characters displayed on screen right now, they're supposed to be the best male movers in the game. The best, they're supposed to be the two between them two and Steve Fox, they're supposed to be, as far as the males are concerned, they're supposed to be the best movers. The very best. Law is not supposed to be struggling with movement at all. Lee's supposed to have perfect movement, and Law is supposed to have perfect movement with Steve Fox. Why? Because they're pep step characters. They're peppy. They don't stay in one. Look at their feet, right? They're always moving. Don't fuck up his movements tomorrow when I turn this shit on. Between Lee, Law, and Steve Fox, they're supposed to have the best. Most characters just stand there and fight. Those two, they don't do that. They're on their toes, so don't fuck with their movement. Fix it. But from what I'm seeing right now, some things I like, some things I don't like, but for the most part, I like more than what I dislike. So I would say for right now, I am a happy camper. Law got buffed, and I like that. A little fight left in you. I like that. You're gonna love me. Little Joker, Heath Ledger there. I like that. Law got buffed. We can officially say right now, yes, there were some things that were nerfed, but in general, my man got buffed. Law, if his movement, because those are the two things I was crying about, netcode and movement. I didn't ask for new moves. I just wanted his movement. If his movement was buffed, aka repaired, which he was supposed to have to begin with, if that was repaired and his net codes were good, and you add all this crazy shit that I'm seeing here, my man got buffed. He got buffed. I like that shit. I like that shit. I like that shit. So by tomorrow in the morning, I'm gonna be working from home tomorrow. I'm not going to the office tomorrow. I'm gonna be working from home. I'm working remote tomorrow. So I'm going to be testing this shit come hell high water. Law got buffed. Let's go, son. Let's go, baby. I know other characters got some crazy shit. They're supposed to be nerfing a lot of fucked up characters in this game. But for now, read the notes. Go step by step with Law. See what the fuck is going on. Analyze the frames. You'll be alright. Law got buffed. We like that. We like that a lot. We like that. My man got buffed, yo. Yeah. Law got buffed. I like that. Law got buffed, yo. There's 2 new moves. Yeah, man. See, I even have him ready to go. My man is dressed up nice and neat. The electricity. Season 2 is all Law, son. We're gonna get this shit. We're gonna get it. Whether we're losing, but we should be alright. Or winning. We should be alright, man. We should be alright. See, I can't even go anywhere. I think the maintenance has started already. I can't even go to the... Yeah, failed. Acquired list. Yeah, I think the maintenance has started. I can't do none of that crazy shit. Yeah. DSS 4.3 is good now. Yeah, it is. It is. You can no longer... He doesn't have the manual DSS anymore. He doesn't have the manual 4.3, and we don't have the heat engager, so we have to find out what our heat engager is. We gotta find out what happened. And I loved the 4.3 in heat. I loved it in heat. DSS 4.3 is -9. It's safe. It's safe. Law is no longer a forward forward 3 character. He doesn't do forward forward 3 like that. Which begs to wonder, you know, and you can combo when you're in heat, down DSS forward 1 heat engage. But DSS forward 1 has always been a heat engager. Even right now, go to practice mode. All 4-3, yes, I know, but you know, something has to replace that. I never liked it, this song anyway. That oh song, I never liked it. That's good. Yeah, they took out the armor heat gauges, right? Yeah. Anything with armor. I don't know if I don't know if DSS 3 still has, or DSS 4.3 still has, I believe it still has armor. I know they took out the heat engager. Dragon Charge Power Crush Change. It says change the opponent's behavior from performing a heat dash on hit to allow. Okay, when you connect the DSS forward 3, you can get a full combo from that, which is good. But it says removed power crush properties. It doesn't crush anymore. Changed, yeah, removed power crush properties. I don't like that. It's good you can combo, and it's good that it's safe, but I did like the power crush property. Because number one, what it is, and I've complained to some, I never did this move on its own. Never. It's scrubby. It's negative 13. This is not something you should just throw out. In heat, that shit is free. This is a free move in heat. You see? No one can retaliate when in season 1, when you're in heat, you're almost unstoppable with 4-4-3. Because it causes this. That's it. The only time you see me do 4-4-3 in season 1, I have to be in heat. But when I fought you one-on-one, I never did a raw 4-4-3. Never. It's negative 13. In your face, you're negative 13. Why would you do that? I don't know why some people do that. It's dumb. Negative 13. It's a hard punish. You can get hurt by that. Now, it's safe. You can no longer do 4-4-3, but you can do and be safe. You could be safe like that. You're safe. You're safe. You know what I'm saying? You're safe. But you're negative 9. You're in their face. You gave away your turn. Again, that's not something you spam. That's something you do as a last result, or you know he's gonna duck. I don't know what it does in heat though. In heat, when it connects, you get a combo. When they block, I'm not sure what it does. It says change the opponent's behavior when performing a heat dash. It still causes heat dash on hit, allowing for combo follows. They said nothing about 1-1-1. 1-1-1 is still in the game. They never did anything to 1-1-1. We still have that. Why? Because he fucked with Magic 4. Like I said, if you want this removed, you have to fix this. So all those people crying about 1-1-1, get the fuck out of here. You think the balancing team is that fucked up? You remove the heat dash, he turns around, he doesn't have anything. All these things not, but you want 111 gone, bro. Eat shit. You're gonna be tasting this for a long time, and I hope they never touch 111, because you gotta be dick to dick, right? If you're dick to dick and you're in my face, you want to mash, you're gonna eat the 111. I like that. It doesn't say anything here about 111. 111 is still in there. They didn't touch 111. We're good. We still have our 111. Dick to dick in your face when you're trying to. I like it. Well, I didn't read anything about a 111 being hit confirmable. It doesn't say anything. But there's nothing about 111 being addressed. You know, I'm assuming that they never touched it. It's still the same. You know, it's still the same properties. You know, we needed this because all our standing counters are gone. They're all gone. 13 frame Magic 4 is an embarrassment. You know, we have to make it work with this. This, we gotta make it work. So for them to fix that, since they took so much out, they added this. And people can't take it. Frankly, I don't give a fuck if they can't take 111. Eat shit. 111 is to stop the Mishimas from pressing too much. They want to do the electric so much, yeah? So, get it in there. Stop them from doing that stupid electric. I like it. I don't respect that Mishima shit. It's stupid as fuck. But yeah, they kept our 111 is still in there. Harada, he was listening. The balancing team knew they couldn't take that shit out of there. Come on. We like our 111. We like it. We like the 111. So the 111 is good. We just have to figure out what the new 443 is. Dragon Divide. We gotta figure out what the down forward 1 to 2 is. We gotta figure out what our up forward 2 is. Because right now they're looking trash. We don't know what. So we have one new move, one new move, one new move. Dragon Divide. They made our 444 safe, so we like it. Do 443 plus 4 on the wall. 443 plus 4? With 443 plus 4 is the grab. The grab? Do 443 plus 4 on the wall. Why? What happened? 443 plus 4. Bro, it's not fully uploaded. Okay. 443 is on the wall. But yeah. We're happy, man. So let's wait. Maybe by midnight. Yes, on the wall. You trying to check something on the wall? Well, I don't have the game yet, so I'm still playing season 1. You know? This yeah, it's not fully loaded. Yeah, it's not fully loaded. It's still, you know, it has to load. Maybe by 12 midnight we'll have the full game. 12 or 1 o'clock. So we all gotta stay awake and go straight into practice. Nice. It's not written. The website I'm reading doesn't have all the information, but it's good that you have it. So it bounced off the wall now. Law got buffed. Law got buffed. Yeah, he got. I remember. We would do this and they would just fly into invisible space and it fucks up the combo. Law got buffed. That's a buff. That's a buff. If it bounce off the wall, we gotta figure it out. Yeah. Alright, so I gotta shut down a little bit. Actually, wait. Yeah, I gotta shut down a little bit and wait. Yeah, my patch notes. The website that I got it from doesn't probably have all the thing, but I'm gonna look for more patch notes. But the website I'm using, actually, you know what? There is more though. I think you're right. There is more. Yep, yo, bro. I actually missed it. Now it loads. It's loading all of it. See, that's a slight delay. Now it's loading everything to my phone. And I was about to end the video. Yeah, I was about to end the video. It's crazy. I see what you're talking about. The Ford, bro. Yo, Ultimate Lord has hella buffs, bro. He has like, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my, wait. Yeah, bro. There's more buffs in here. Yeah, the Ford. I see it now. I see it. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, I'm happy. Even if this note here doesn't have everything, the patch note that I'm reading, I'm happy about it. So you can stream. Ultimately, if you want to stream, you can stream, and you can read your patch notes, and we can compare and contrast. Because I want to see what your patch note is saying. Mine may not have all the information. But yeah, man, like and subscribe. They looked into law. Hopefully he's nice as hell in season 2. From what we're reading, he looks nice. And we're gonna. Your patch note is not good? What do you mean it's not good? You can sidestep DSS 4.3. Yeah. You always could. Not very well, but you always could. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the sidestepping, you know. Don't worry about it. You can sidestep DSS 4.3 because they increase the sidestep. It's a linear move. They want you to do this. They want you to do his homing move. That's what they want you to do. Ah, messed up. They want you to do that. They don't want you to do. They don't want you to say, hey, we increase the sidestep, but you're not allowed to sidestep a straight shot move. Right? DSS 4.3, you know, because you're gonna be playing good players, and the good players are gonna be sidestepping. They're buffed sidestep. Right? So if a straight shot move is coming at you, move. If the first time they sidestep your DSS 4.3, if they sidestep it, don't do it anymore. Take the hit, and the next time you put them in that bad position, switch it to. Then they're gonna stop sidestepping. Okay? Or you can do the slide. The slide kind of stops the sidestepping a little bit. Right? We'll find a way. Trust me, we'll find a way. But yeah, man, this is my reaction to this shit. New patch notes. I like what I'm seeing. We can only hope that Law got better, especially his movement. Double is already playing. Double is already playing Double is already playing season 2. Dude is crazy as shit. He's already playing. I think they got it in Japan already. It's loaded over there. It's loaded. It's loaded in Japan. I'm watching. But yeah, man. Whoever wants to stream, like and subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I'm about to let this shit load, man. You know what I mean? I'm happy. This is good news. Take it easy.